Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we have a very intriguing conversation going on for the PlayStation 5 Pro, where we've had a chance to see the specs, the leaks, and a lot of very intriguing things, but a lot of folks are maybe a little bit concerned when it comes to the upgrade. Now, we're going to talk about this and talk about the patents that has also come out too as well when it comes to PlayStation 5 Pro, how they're kind of applicable, and everything else in between. A lot of really big worries when it comes to the PlayStation 5 Pro. There's also a bit of a side subject too as well that I maybe want to do a deep dive into a separate video, so obviously subscribe if you guys like the console talk or whatever, but it also might be a little bit maybe too soon, too expensive, and as well, maybe not what everyone's looking for the PlayStation 5 Pro. Now, that might be a little bit of a hot take. I mean, maybe, who knows, but, well, it's something I also have been considering myself as well. So we're going to talk about this, talk about the drama, talk about everything between, and as well, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. We have the Twitter and Twitch stream down below if you guys want to follow, and of course, we have the brand new sponsor we've been doing on the channel these past few days. So check out the how links down below for it's a Best Buy promo for a Theragun. So thank you, Best Buy, hashtag, and all that type of good stuff down below. And of course, just appreciate you guys all for watching. So first and foremost, if you guys have missed it, we have seen the fact that the PlayStation 5 Pro, another wave of specs have been leaked. Now, we touched on this in a separate video if you guys have seen it, but the big deal idea is that it's trying to push for 8K, slightly better GPU. CPU might be a little bit potentially lacking. Like, there's a few kind of potential issues. We're also hearing rumors that there might be a little bit of an operating system, specifically like taken away from the console. So think about like on a PC, you sometimes can maybe have like say two separate SSDs to have one on your operating system and other stuff maybe tied out into it, and then another completely separate one if you would want. And they may try to do the same exact thing for PlayStation, where you maybe have the operating system specifically allocated for one area, and then you also then have your card for everything else. To save with storage, to make it easier to get games, easier to download stuff, have just a bigger option for stuff, or as well maybe optimize the operating system. So it's always in its own separate area, so it doesn't have to worry about too much stuff, which is nice. That's a good quality of life improvement. But people are now kind of a little bit scared, saying, is this even going to be enough? Like, do we even care enough for the Pro? Is the Pro good enough? Do we care about this, etc.? Saying we just got the new PS5 Slim, but the leaked specs for the upcoming PS5 Pro have been spotted in the wild. While they point to improvements in graphics and ray tracing, I've spotted a problem with that may not make it so pro after all. As shared by Red Gaming Tech a few days ago, this information shows impressive GPU upgrades, but the almost archaic Zen 2 CPU is only getting an improved clock speed, no update to the latest Zen 4 CPU, and no additional cores either. Now, this also was a little bit of a scary thing. When we first saw the initial leaks, people were making comments on that already, and if you guys want to see the little nifty comparison over here, we could show it. But it kind of goes to show that the CPU is very important. Now, a lot of folks are kind of curious on why they weren't pushing for a more updated CPU. I was maybe thinking maybe to keep the cost low, maybe to keep a little bit more chill. I don't know, those can be my thoughts. But at the same time, it's just a little bit of a slacker. Like, if you want to go and get a CPU, GPU improvement, that's what you get in the Pro. Like, you want the Pro to exist. You want the Pro to be good. You want the Pro to be like Pog. You want to be excited about the Pro. And the GPU improvements seem nice. But one of the bigger issues is that some of the other things are not the best overall. So if you guys look at the specs, if we're looking at, say, the RAM is going to be still similar to around the 16 gigabyte DDR6 RAM. So we have this on the standard one in the Pro. But like I said, the additional thing that's been leaked, not confirmed, is that it will also have that separate additional RAM to basically have allocated for the operating system. So that'd be like quick resumes, running the booting the console, all that stuff. That'll still be a bonus and separate from the leaks, not confirmed, until we hear from Sony themselves. So either way, this is an improvement more so factoring like that. We saw that in separate leaks. The GPU is an AMD Radeon RDNA 2 base graphics with 36 compute units. And then we have the Pro, which is set to have the RDNA 3 base graphics with 60 compute units. So I can't really think of a best description on what it might be because the specs will be different when it's fully released or if they're confirmed, but it almost kind of seems like a big upgrade from like a 2080 to like a 3080. Like, it does seem like it's just the next generation with slightly better graphics, and I think as well there's also rumors for higher video memory as well. So the higher video memory means you can just basically have more stuff being encoded at once. You have more trees, more forest, more cars, say for Spider-Man, bigger map, bigger FOV, whatever. So it's good improvement. And then the CPU is where it leads into some slightly other kind of issues. It's kind of like the biggest one. Or it has pretty much the same exact CPU, so it doesn't seem like there's a big improvement on it, and that's about it, just a slightly higher clock speed. Now, this is, I think, where a lot of folks are kind of harped on before, and I kind of wish I would have harped on it a little bit more on that separate video, so I didn't have to make this video, but I think just the topic alone is good enough to make a video on this one. oof. Because CPU, and if you guys remember that video, if not, I can re-explain it. CPU is very important for a lot of games. And I think I remember using the Minecraft for an example, where Minecraft are consistently more so using the CPU, or a game, let's say like Rust, where just a lot of things are being spawned in, a lot of things are happening throughout the map, a lot of things are basically encoding all at once. Because don't forget, graphics are good. Like a game like Final Fantasy 16, graphics were amazing. There's animations, there's sparks, and it's all on basically the GPU and the video RAM in the GPU. But to have everything all encoding at once in the world is where it sometimes becomes more difficult. Because let's say you have all these really cool fire particle effects. And that's cool, like to physically make them and have the ray tracing and the shadows. The GPU is running hard, but the CPU is also running hard too. To make sure the world is actually working, to make sure everything's all simultaneous, to make sure everything else in between is going good. And that's what makes me happy. And this is what I like to go and see. I don't know. Like, I like seeing the improvements. The CPU being a lower gigahertz, though, not the best thing to go and see. So as I say, a few days ago, the information shows an impressive GPU upgrade, so we're happy about the GPU. That's good. That's pog. But the almost archaic Zen 2 CPU is only getting an improved clock speed. No update to the latest Zen 4 CPU standard, and no additional cores either. This could kill off the chances of us seeing a big benefits of those additional 24 compute units of graphical prowess. So the big example is like you can have the power, but if the game, like a Minecraft, you can see the graphics look nice, but if you can't even run the game because the CPU is being bottlenecked, what's the point? Now, I'm not going to go and say this is something super bad. Like, I mean, obviously, there's probably like Sony engineers and specs and everything else are looking towards this. And of course, the console itself is only on the leak speculation phase. Like, if they want to make sure it's going to be good, they also have to make sure it's not going to get ripped apart by like reviewers or someone like me who wants to make a video about it and complain about it. Although I don't really necessarily know what I'm talking about that much, I have a very baseline like knowledge of all this. But I think that it will be hopefully better. This is all based on early leaks. So as tech heads will know, building a powerfully effective machine requires balance across all of its elements. The GPU has seen a near 2x improvement in total CUs. And I fear the far more minor bump in the Zen 2 CPU, an architecture that has aged like severely spoiled milk, could very well bottleneck the GPU, which means we won't be able to see the full potential anyway. Now, once again, I don't think this is going to be the biggest issue. I don't think like this is going to be allowed by Sony and PlayStation, because you're not going to go and have a console and make it a pro version. It's pretty much the same thing as the PS5. You're going to do testing. You're going to go try to get some deals. You're going to try to find the CPU provider, which I do believe is AMD as well, and have them kind of work in something special or unique or make it a little bit better. And it is still an improvement, though, from all the early leaks. The GPU is a bigger improvement from all the early leaks. And same with all the other stuff, too, as well. So, of course, until you hear an official announcement, take all these leaks with a pinch of salt when it comes to rumored spec leaks like this. Plus, all these rumored spec giveaways is more GPU CUs and a higher CPU clock speed, so we can't be sure what other custom silicone is coming to the PS5 Pro that could also address this problem. Well, right now, all we can do is cross our fingers that Sony has spotted this potential problem and could limit its rumored upgraded console GPU's true capabilities. So this is, I think, the bigger issue, is that they're trying to go and focus, and this is like good stuff to call out now a year in advance. Because do we want to call this out when the console comes out? No. No. We want to go and call this out as we're seeing like, hey, you can maybe want to cancel redesign, or before you put in 5 million orders for your console, let's try to go and fine tune it. Let's go back to the drawing board. But it does kind of seem like right now, it seems like it's an improvement. Like the RAM into a OS launcher, that's good. That's going to be efficient. That's going to be a game changer. It's actually very smart, and does cost a little extra money, but I think it's smart. The GPU, that's great. Like if you're doing a pro console, you want that 8K resolution. Even if it's only 8K 30 FPS, you want that 4K 60. How do you make that happen? A better GPU. But that's why we also have to worry about the CPU. Because, yeah, you can have all these really nice graphics, but if it's encoding at a very low encoding rate, and you're playing a game like a Rust or Minecraft, you have to make the draw distance super small, you have to make the FOV even smaller, then it's not really like a pro gaming experience, I feel like. It's not like an actual thing where I want to invest my extra money on and try to get. It's not the vibe that I'm searching for. And I think that's a big thing a lot of folks have to kind of worry about. Because for me, like if I'm spending money, I want to have my console be good. So I want to hear all your thoughts on this one, because this is obviously still in the leaking stage and speculation stage, but it's a very valid thing. The CPU improvement is very small, the GPU improvement is pretty big, and I would like to see if there's ever future leaks or a redesign on this, a way nicer CPU and APU to make sure everything's running a lot better on the PlayStation 5 Pro, to make sure everything's running good, feeling good, and vibing good. That's what I want to see. So make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. Hope you guys have been enjoying the videos too as well. We may do a little bit of a ray tracing video too as well right afterwards. So make sure you guys are subscribed for that. We have the Twitter and Twitch stream down below. All the how links as well for our brand new Best Buy promotion going on too. So if you guys want to check them out for the Theragun, feel free to as well. Hashtag ad, hashtag Best Buy partner. And of course, just give me your thoughts and comments all down below.